Match day 4 in the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League, and a huge contest in Group J at the Pohang Steel Yard as the Pohang Steelers of the Republic of Korea take on Japan's Urawa Red Diamonds. Quite simply, the defending champions are in trouble, and they're taking on a team who defeated them in the last match day and who sit top of the group. The Pohang Steelers could potentially, by the end of the day today, be in the next round. If they beat the Red Diamonds and Wuhan fail to beat Hanoi, and they are playing away in Hanoi, then it's over in terms of the quest for top spot. The Pohang Steelers have made light work of an extremely difficult group so far. And they went to the Saitama Stadium on the last match day and were hugely impressive against the Red Diamonds, winning by 2-0, a 22nd minute goal from Jong Jae-hee and a 49th minute goal from Go Young-jun. Since then, they've both drawn one game in the league, and they both had major cup finals. And they were both 2-1 down in those cup finals. And in one game it stayed 2-1, and in the other one it didn't. The Pohang Steelers turned it all around in the FA Cup final just a matter of days ago. After their 1-1 draw with Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors in the league, they beat them 4-2 in the FA Cup final. Meanwhile, the Urawa Red Diamonds were 2-1 down against Avispa Fukuoka in the League Cup final and didn't manage to salvage the game. Avispa Fukuoka won their first ever major trophy. The fans were literally sobbing in the stands. And some of the Red Diamonds fans were as well, but for different reasons. They've both been performing well in the league. The Steelers in second place, 10 points behind Ulsan. The Red Diamonds are in third place in the table. But the table that is everyone's concern right now is Group J in the AFC Champions League, because it is here where Urawa Red Diamonds could find themselves missing out on a place in the knockout stage of the competition. The defending champions could potentially not make it through. Only the top team in the group is guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. Even if you do finish second, it has to be a high-performing second place to be sure of further progression. Quite simply, this is a huge match, and it's going to be a really exciting one. If the last meeting between these two teams is anything to go by, the Pohang Steelers were brilliant in Saitama. Now they can perform in front of their home fans in the southeast of the Republic of Korea, and can dream by the end of the day of potentially being safe, secure, and in the next round. Both of these teams knows what it takes to lift the trophy. And in case you hadn't noticed, there's quite an atmosphere here today. The AFC Champions League, bringing together the finest in the continent for the flagship club competition in Asia. And here are two of the finest, two champions, two teams who know what it is like to lift the trophy. Two sets of fans who have been there right until the very end, the last stages, the last match. But is this the final stage for the Urawa Red Diamonds? The defending champions are in a big spot of bother in Group J. They are second. They are currently 5 points behind the hosts today, the Pohang Steelers, who beat them 2-0 in the last match day. If all goes well for the home side here in the Republic of Korea, they could find themselves secure in the knockout stages by the end of the day today, depending on the other match in the group. For the Urawa Red Diamonds, victory today would change everything. It would reignite their campaign. For the Pohang Steelers, number 11, Go Young-jun, was crucial in the win in Saitama. During the last match day, he scored against today's opponents and looked really impressive throughout. Number 16, Han Chang-hee, has also been in great form lately. The midfielder scored in the FA Cup final win against Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. Ali Reza Faghani of Iran is the referee. Supported by his colleagues from Australia. And it will be a couple of Australians led by Casey Rybelt, who will be in charge of the video review system. The Urawa Red Diamonds will be hopeful that number 11, Jose Kante, can bring them the goals that they desperately need today. He's found the net 10 times this season, including 7 in the J-League. Number 17, Ekanit Panya, is on loan from Wangtong United in Thailand and starts today. He's a creative and ambitious player in how he likes to use the ball. On the bench for the home team, number 9, Brazilian Zeka, who scored in the Cup final a few days ago. And for the visitors, 17-year-old Junpei Hayakawa, wearing number 35, is the club's youngest ever goal scorer. They're having a splendid campaign. The Pohang Steelers, 9 out of 9 points so far. A 4-2 win at Hanoi, a 3-1 win at home to Wuhan Three Towns, and then that 2-0 win on the last match day against today's opponents in Saitama. As for the Red Diamonds, a 2-2 draw with Wuhan, a 94th minute equalizer from Jose Kante, and that 6-0 win at home to Hanoi. There he is, number 11, Jose Kante, born in Sabadell in Catalonia. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed. The setting is the Pohang Steel Yard, where nerves of steel are required for the Urawa Red Diamonds, the defending champions in the AFC Champions League, are struggling in Group J. They have managed to win just one game. Meanwhile, Kim Gi-dong's team have been fantastic. They're at the top of the group with 3 out of 3 victories. In the last match day in the Saitama Stadium, the Pohang Steelers beat the Urawa Red Diamonds by 2-0. Since then, it has been a troubling time for the Red Diamonds. They lost 2-1 in the League Cup final to Avispa Fukuoka, who won their first ever trophy, but they got an opportunity to get the ball in here, and it's almost headed home. Thought it was going to go to Yoshio Koizumi, and it was actually Jose Kante who touched it. Good bit of build-up play here. Koizumi, I think, was hoping that was going to come to him. Quite comfortable for Hwang In-jae. As I was saying, the Urawa Red Diamonds losing to Avispa Fukuoka, the club winning their first ever trophy. Aceh Skorja not able to guide his team to victory in that game, and on exactly the same day the Pohang Steelers won the FA Cup in a 4-2 win over Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. They were, just like the Red Diamonds, 2-1 down. They also 1-0 down, fought back and played fantastically. Foul by Park Chan-yong. Kante for the Red Diamonds, losing out. 66 for the home team, Kim Chun-ho, 20-year-old, who's having a breakthrough season in the first team, youth team player who has risen through the ranks impressively. 30 is Yoon Jae-un. Hasn't made huge numbers of appearances this season. Another of those youth team prospects who's starting to become a part of the first team gradually. First time that he's played in the AFC Champions League today. Not the case for him. Alex Grant, 13th appearance. Is Ekenid Panya. That's really good work from Akimoto. He did well. Number 15 for the Urawa Red Diamonds to wrestle this ball back. Wouldn't be the most likely of goal scorers, Atsuki Ito. He has scored 13 in all competitions for the club in about 150 appearances. That's it. Skorja took over in November of last year. First time that he's managed in Japan, but he's experienced, very experienced at managing in the AFC region. And it was, in the last match day, his 50th game in charge. And the Pohang Steelers didn't care in the slightest and gave him a rotten celebration. He's talked about the need to be more intelligent during the transitions. On the subject of intelligence during transitions, that was not the most sophisticated bit of football from Alex Grant. That could so easily have just rebounded in off of Kante. Ito, quick footwork. 19 is the captain, Ken Iwao. 35-year-old has brought an awful lot to the team since joining from Tokushima Vortis. Five is Marius Høybråten, the Norwegian centre-back. And here he is, the man from Oslo, finding Takuya Ogiwara, who is from Saitama Prefecture, where the Red Diamonds are based. It's very much one of the heartlands of football in Japan. Saitama has been for many, many years, going back before the foundation of the J-League in the early 1990s. Even when football was something of a niche and minority sport, which is anything but now in Japan, Saitama was one of the places to be. A start that has been bright, that has been quite lively from the team in white. Høybråten. 27 is Ekene Panya, and he was looking for the long ball to Akimoto. 25-year-old who joined the club in 2021 from Tochigi, his hometown club. A graduate of Kokushikan University. Flicked on by Koizumi. Tidy turn from Ekene Panya. He's done really well. The shot was a little on the soft side, but that's one of the dangers with a player like Ekene Panya. He's quick at turning, fast and creative. He got so easily away from Kim Jun-ho. Wang In-jae, 29-year-old, who is another of the university graduates on the pitch today from Yonsei in 2015. Really has become such an essential part of the Pohang Steelers team. And all of that from somebody who, in his early to mid-20s, was really bouncing around the lower leagues of football in the Republic of Korea. He's done wonderfully. That was well done by the youngster Yoon Jae-un. A chance for the Pohang Steelers to actually take the ball forwards, and all of it ends before it's really started. The other game in this group today is Hanoi hosting Wuhan. And if Wuhan do not win this game and the Pohang Steelers win this game, then the Steelers will go through to the knockout stage. but we are just over 10 minutes into this one, with a whole match to be played here and a whole match to be played there, so it doesn't do well to count chickens before they've hatched, but it is a possibility. Only as far as Koizumi. Koizumi's turn finds its way to Kante. A deflection made it a little tricky for Hwang In-jae. He's had a couple of opportunities early on, Jose Kante. Captain Ken Iwao coming over to discuss with Anireza Fagani what he thinks went on there. The fans of a club founded in 1973, it's the Pohang Iron and Steel Company, or POSCO FC. It's had several name and identity changes since then, but became the Steelers in 1997 and has got a very, very strong and passionate support base in this settlement of about 500,000 people on the southeast coast of the Republic of Korea. He's shown a good bit of composure early on, Yoon Jae-un, wearing number 30, in his debut in the AFC Champions League. Some nice decision-making. He looked to link up with Go Young-jun, who brilliantly scored against the Red Diamonds in the first match. And here he is now, wasted that ball. He's had a very good time of it lately, Go Young-jun, because he also won gold at the Asian Games in Hangzhou. Ogiwara. Or is Takaya Iwanami. He'll always fight hard for those balls that are close to going out of play. Ogiwara committing and leaving space now for Yoon Jae-un. Made his first appearance as a starter in the 2-0 win against Gwangju back in April. Then a couple more appearances as a late substitute. So he's really still a fairly unfamiliar face to the Steelers fans and to those of you who on a regular basis watch the K-League. Captain Shin Kwang-hoon playing it forward. We just saw there Lee Ho-jae, number 33. He's 23 and has not started huge numbers of games this season. He's really developed a reputation for being something of a super sub, with 5 of his 6 league goals from the bench, so a chance for him to really impact the game right from the start. Park Sung-uk. Played back by Park Chang-yong. He actually started his career in the Japanese league. Never met the Urawa Red Diamonds. He was mostly playing in the second tier. I think, in fact, his whole time he was in the second tier. Han just started to liven up a little, the Pohang Steelers, after being subdued early on by the Urawa Red Diamonds. Kante making a run forward, Panya instead dwelling on the ball, to the frustration of Jose Kante, who was quite well positioned on the left. But it is, even though the ball was not used wisely there, a clear warning sign of the danger of Ekenit Panya on the break. And why he's in the team, with what Madse Skorsa said at the start of the game about needing to be more intelligent in the transitions. One of the things that Panya is so good at is making something of those turnarounds in possession, breaking forwards. And usually he uses the ball quite wisely. Space on the left wing. Instead, it's going to go right in, and it's cut out by Marius Heibrotten, who did very well. That's such an important intervention from Heibrotten, because Lee Ho-jae was looking to pick that up. From the back, Park Chan-yong and Alex Grant coming forwards. Park Sung-uk is there as well. To the near post, all too easy for Akimoto. Nearly stolen by Ogiwara. He's one of the players who has come all the way through the Red Diamonds system. and has benefited from some very good loan spells that have seen him transform really as a player. Particularly that 2-year spell he had at Kyoto Sanga. Iwanami goes to Heibrotten. Somebody who, although new to the AFC Champions League, Heibrotten has played so much in European competitions. Ask him, what do you want me to do with that? Halfway in this first half, match day 4 of the AFC Champions League of 2023-2024. The defending champions, the Urawa Red Diamonds, second in the group on 4 points. A victory of great importance to them today. But perhaps even more significant is not allowing the Pohang Steelers to win. Maybe a draw would be okay, but it wouldn't be brilliant. Victory for the Steelers would be absolutely catastrophic for the Red Diamonds in terms of their chances of getting through. Grant. Park Sung-uk. Played back by Park Chen-yong to Hwang, who decides to be rather bold. On the subject of rather bold, that young man, Yoon Jae-un. And one of the things that it's clear that Kim Gi-dong does is trust these younger players. He speaks highly of them. He's got people like him, Shin Kwang-hoon, with masses of experience to provide a contrast in these big games, to bring something of the match management, but he's also got the flair of some of the younger athletes. And it is important, isn't it, that when the young players are given a chance, they know that their manager has absolute confidence in them, that they're not there as an emergency, but they're actually somebody who is considered good enough to be part of this team, who the coaching staff has faith in. Plenty of space here if it's used wisely. Go is making the run through. Goes instead to Yoon Jae-un. The went back actually to Kim Jun-ho, and it lost its momentum as an attack. I wonder if Go Young-jun was the best passing opportunity. But they still have the ball. Well, they did. A little on the frustrating side, really, for the home team, that they ended up having to shoot from the outside of the area like that with the breakaway they'd managed to cultivate. Jose Kante having to drop quite deep to get himself involved in the game. After those two earlier chances, he hasn't seen a lot of the ball. It's with Shusaku Nishikawa. Shin Kwang-hun, 41st appearance today in the AFC Champions League. Scored in the win against Wuhan, his first goal for 2.5 years. That's going to be pulled back. Heavy challenge on Iho-J by Ogiwara. Not a hugely eventful first half an hour of the game. Can it change here with Go Young-jun's delivery? Well positioned for a testing ball, and it is testing, and the header was from Iho-J. That was played well in by Go Young-jun. Managed to find a gap in between Iwanami and Kaito Yasui. That's not strong defending at all, and it's not a strong finish either from Kim Jun-ho. Was that the right decision? Because he did have options available to him, the 20-year-old. And he's yet to score a senior goal, Kim Jun-ho. The touch was from Go Young-jun, and he wanted it back. Oh, maybe if that had been put into the path of Go Young-jun, we'd be looking at the opening goal for the Pohang Steelers. Quite a bright start from the Urawa Red Diamonds in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then they've become more subdued by the Pohang Steelers. Much like their hosts today, the Red Diamonds, having a corporate origin as Mitsubishi Heavy Industries club team in 1950, one of the founding 8 members of the old Japan Soccer League in the 1960s. Iwanami lets it run. Yoshio Koizumi from Tokyo had a very interesting journey to get to this club. He was in Okinawa playing for FC Ryukyu before coming here in 2021. Spent a couple of years there after graduating from Aoyama Gakuen University. Very, very different part of Japan if you're playing for FC Ryukyu in Okinawa. The furthest south of the Japanese archipelago extends, and a long, long way away from the 4 main islands. Culturally and climate-wise, very different part of Japan, and a beautiful one. Yoon Jae-un goes out wide to Go. Kim Jun-ho cushions the header back, and Jose Kante almost intervened successfully. The game has all of the tightness that you would expect from a game of such immense consequence for the Urawa Red Diamonds. Pohang Steelers attempting to cultivate something. It's defended well by Atsuki Ito. Han. Kim Jun-ho to Park Chen-yong. The idea was right, the execution just lacked the requisite angle to find Go Young-jun. Meanwhile, that's a very good ball to Ekanid Panya. Now, Panya has in support Ogiwara. He's got Jose Kante. He's got it. That's a great finish. There we go, the breakaway at the heart of it, Ekanid Panya. And what a quality finish from Jose Kante. An agonising one for Hwang In-jae. The ball seemed to move so slowly, but he got the angle absolutely spot on. The 33-year-old, a man born in Catalonia, but an international player for Guinea. Great ball from Yoshio Koizumi. And Panya, his decision-making was terrific. Was tempted to pass to Ogiwara, but he knew that was his best chance, and he was right. going through the legs as well, I think didn't make it easy for Hwang In-jae in terms of visibility. That's exactly what he was talking about in terms of intelligent transitions. Kante, who has just scored his third AFC Champions League goal. His 11th in all competitions for his new club. And he was in China until earlier this year. That is a goal that could turn out to be of enormous value for the defending champions. They've got a lot still to do, but it has made a big difference to the mood of the Urawa Red Diamonds fans. Should the Red Diamonds manage to hold on and win the game, they'll be 2 points behind the Pohang Steelers. And they will have a home game with Wuhan to come, and also a match with the currently weakest team in the group, Hanoi. So they would feel quite confident, one imagines, about their chances of progression. Go Young-jun, before he found Lee Ho-jae, who couldn't find the target. That didn't find anyone until it ends up in the arms of Shisaku Nishikawa. There was a bit of an appeal for a penalty kick from Park Sung-wook. Excellent from Kante. Panya tried to link up with him again. There's unlikely to be a huge amount of time added on at the end of the first half. We've got, all told, just over 5 minutes to go. And that has unexpectedly worked its way into a near goal-scoring position, firstly for Yoon Jae-un. But the defence really caught out by this burst of pace down the wing. Half defended on a couple of occasions before the captain stepped in to slam it away. Important intervention from Kenny Wow. Koizumi up into the air, not clear. Kante better. Grant keeps it alive. Kim Jun-ho. Clever idea. Oh, tug of the shirt potentially there by, or on Iho Jae, I should say, by Marius Heibrotten. Yoon Jae-eun. They're getting closer and closer. Kim Jun-ho has it back. Rather wastes that. A little danger there with Marius Heibrotten pulling the shirt of Iho Jae, because Iho Jae, had he dropped to the ground, would have made for quite a compelling case, I think, for that to be given as a penalty kick. Really nicely intercepted by Yoshio Koizumi. It was his wonderful pass to Ekene Panya that gave the Thai international the opportunity to set up Jose Kante perfectly. Marius Heibrotten. He's made some 300 or so appearances for the various clubs he's played for. The vast majority of his time has been in his home country of Norway. Ogiwara to Yoshio Koizumi. It was just after half-time in the last match day that the Pohang Steelers got their second goal and really hit the mood of the game hard. If the Red Diamonds can strike just before half-time, it's going to be a brutal half-time for the Pohang Steelers players, because they've had the odd opportunity which they might have done a little more with. Ko Young-jun playing it high into the corners. It was kept really well by Yoon Jae-eun. Another piece of mature decision-making from him. And then he gets his connection wrong. That's unfortunate, because he did so well to bring that ball down from Go in the first instance. Only 2 additional minutes, not a great surprise that we haven't got much time to be added on. Ko Young-jun. Oh, what a mistake there from Heibrotten. Poked it right into the path of Hong Yun-sang. Well, that was extraordinary defending. Steers it right beyond his own teammate, Akimoto, who has to get back and cover. The 21-year-old Hong Yun-sang, he's won a corner kick. He very nearly had the equalising goal. What a frustration that would have been for the Red Diamonds if they conceded like that. Pushed away and back in. Nishikawa not enormously confident as Han Chang-hee couldn't get that beyond all of the bodies and still on target. Not a great punch away though from Nishikawa. The end of the first half on match day 4 in Group J, and it's a case of returning the favour for the Urawa Red Diamonds. They trailed by 1-0 in Saitama on the last match day at half-time. Now can they go and do what the Steelers did to them and secure a valuable away win? Jose Kante with the only goal, and it was an impressive finish from Ekenid Panya's pass. All of that means that at half-time it is the Pohang Steelers 0, the Urawa Red Diamonds 1. Some changes made by the Pohang Steelers at half-time. Zeka is on. We also have Kim Jong-woo and Sim Sang-min. So boldness coming from Kim Gi-dong in an attempt to change the game. Delighted Urawa Red Diamonds fans. A tight first half, but one that has favoured the visitors, favoured the defending champions who were in trouble in the group at the start of the day. This will help them enormously. Will his changes help his team enormously? The only goal so far from that gentleman, Jose Kante. There hasn't been a huge amount of trouble Shisaku Nishikawa so far, save for that chance right at the end from Hong Yun-sang. The second half begins. The Pohang Steelers trailing the Urawa Red Diamonds by 1-0, scored in the 36th minute by Jose Kante. Group J of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League, and 3 substitutions made at half-time by the Pohang Steelers. Lee Ho-jae, Kim Jun-ho and Shin Kwang-hoon taken off, so the captain has departed, and we have number 2, Sim Sang-min, 30-year-old defender. Midfielder, number 6, Kim Jong-woo, another 30-year-old, and 26-year-old Brazilian Zeka, wearing number 9 in attack. Zeka, a great player to be able to bring on. He scored the equalising goal that made it 2-2 in the FA Cup final a few days ago. The FA Cup won by 4-2 in the end, and a chance for the Red Diamonds. Over the top from Ekenit Panya, whose pass found Jose Kante 10 minutes before half-time. Not the strongest example of defending. I mentioned at the start of the match that a victory for the Pohang Steelers today potentially could see them qualified for the knockout stage, depending on what happens when Hanoi host Wuhan, but that's all looking a little more immaterial now because they've got to turn this around quickly. Oh, there's space here and an opportunity for Akimoto, who just keeps on going and ends up running nowhere, but it's come back to him from Kante. Very messy defending this from the Pohang Steelers, starting with Hwang In-jae and really continuing. They look quite unsettled at the start of the second half, the home team. Go Young-jun goes to Kim Jong-woo. It was around about this time in the last match day that the Pohang Steelers scored. They made it 2-0. And it was Go Young-jun who did it. Jose Kante down. Gets bumped into by Park Chan-yong and probably catches him quite unawares. They really were so shocked, the Urawa Red Diamonds fans, by that League Cup final loss to Avispa Fukuoka. They had a chance right near the end to equalise. Han Chang-hee looking for the substitute, Sim Sang-min. Physical strength shown by Takahiro Akimoto to shepherd it out. Played back by Grant to Han Chang-hee now. Koizumi needed that support on the left from Ogiwara to arrive a little earlier. Alex Grant, born in Manchester in England, but an Australian international player. And it's going to be Pohang Steelers ball as we look at the 26-year-old who joined the club in the summer from FC Seoul after a 3.5-year spell there, a year and a half of which was in the Army club, doing his military service. And here he is again. Go Young-jun, and it's somehow not managed to go in. Great ball across from Go Young-jun. At the start, it was Hong Yun-sang who set it all up. Go's ball. Let's have a look at it from this angle. Yoon Jae-un was the player right in front of goal. What a memorable AFC Champions League debut it would have been for him had he found the net there. And he might be wondering how he didn't manage to. But better play from the Pohang Steelers. Jose Kante, great challenge from Kim Jong-woo. Although maybe Jose Kante has been hurt as a result. Iwao going to play on for the moment, as Iwao asks rather a lot with that ball. But it's back with Koizumi. Kante getting back to his feet. Did seem to cause him a bit of pain, that challenge. Does well to control that Ito, because if that had slipped away from him, well, there we go. The break is on. Go Young-jun is fouled. And there's a yellow card as well, shown to Atsuki Ito. And I think that actually is for his reaction and the way he expressed himself to the referee. It will be Kim Jong-woo, who joined the club this season from a 3-year spell at Gwangju, to deliver the ball. He scored his first goal for the club in the FA Cup final to put them 3-2 up. And that's a good idea, just to try to catch out Nishikawa, who was expecting the cross. I'm sure you can see there the connection wasn't a particularly strong one. Shusaku Nishikawa now getting the standard treatment because he's got the Pohang Steelers fans behind him. And similar for Hwang In-jae after they got that clearance all wrong. The throw from Akimoto. Ito. Broughton goes out to the left wing. They haven't really managed to bring Zeka into play yet, the Pohang Steelers. And Chang Hee. Oh, a fortuitous rebound almost off Akimoto to Hong Yun-sang, who got a fortuitous rebound from Marius Broughton just before half-time and nearly beat Shusaku Nishikawa. It will be 7 points for the Urawa Red Diamonds if they hold on for the next half an hour plus. And significantly, it will be an AFC Champions League campaign that is coming to life at just the right time. Grant makes the decision to go forward on his own. Then he misplaced the pass to Sim Sang-min. And how precise his finish was, how calmly struck, all about the angle, not the power. And now on comes the regular captain, Kim Sung-dae, replacing the youngster Yoon Jae-un. So after that spell where Zeka was wearing the armband, now the third captain of the match for the Pohang Steelers, and really one of their most reliable players. A local player from the city of Pohang itself, on the southeast coast of the Republic of Korea. In his third spell at the club, he actually started his career at the Steelers. Played for the first team for the first time a decade ago. He's also played for Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors in the AFC Champions League, so enormous amounts of experience for the player they've just brought on. Here is a little space on the left for the forward rushing Sim Sang-min. Grant. Four of the 5 changes now made by the Pohang Steelers. No changes yet coming for the Red Diamonds. Kim Jong-woo gets it back and thought about lofting it towards Kim Sung-dae. Sim Sang-min's ball is dealt with eventually. Panya, he loses out, and this one could be very tricky, and it doesn't. Rebound fortuitously for Zeka, put in by Hong Yun-sang. Meanwhile, a yellow card. Park Chan-yong, the player cautioned. And there is little to contest about it. I mean, it's a cut and dried matter. As ever, Ekenit Panya has run hard, and there is a video review check going on here. This is interesting for a penalty kick, and the referee has come over to scrutinise it. And this could be very, very promising indeed. Oh, now. It's Marius Heibrotten. Well, the more that's looked at, the more it seems like it's quite clear what the decision's going to be. Penalty kick. Marius Heibrotten with the handball. Excellent use of the video review system. That was barely noticeable at first. And the Pohang Steelers have a massive chance now to get back into the game and to level the contest. And they've done a very good job of turning around big games recently. Marius Heibrotten handling the ball. It's going to be the Brazilian Zeca to take it. He has a brilliant record of 9 goals in 10 Champions League appearances. 7 in 7 for Daegu last season. A veteran goalkeeper is the obstacle. A two-time AFC Champions League winner guards the net. The man taking it, the player who scored the equalizer to make it 2-2 in the FA Cup final 4 days ago. Zeca from the penalty spot, and that is so calmly done. Bold as brass, 1-1 from Zeca. In the 66th minute, the penalty kick levels this match and gives joy to the Pohang Steelers fans in what has been quite a joyless time for them in this match. There was that little movement from Nishikawa, started to lilt his body to the left. And you can see Zeca is looking at him to read his body language, and he gets it right. It's very, very clever penalty taking from the man from Salvador in Brazil. And he's been the saviour of the team in the last couple of games. After that big contribution to the cup final, now he makes it 1-1. Two changes have just been made by the Urawa Red Diamonds. On is number 9, Brian Linson. There's a yellow card as well. We'll come back to these changes in a moment because Takia Iwanami has been cautioned. So Brian Linson, the 33-year-old Dutch striker, is on. He scored in the 2-2 draw with Wuhan. And we also have Toshiki Takahashi, another attacking player, on. He scored in the win against Hanoi. The players that have gone off, Kaito Yasui and Ekanit Panya. Now the chances are starting to come for the Pohang Steelers. And there's a very different mood about the Red Diamonds. They look a little rattled. Hong. He does well, sensible play. Koizumi has a decision to make and didn't really seem to make it. goes back to Shisaku Nishikawa, who was completely outmanoeuvred by Zeka's excellent penalty kick. Koizumi, Jose Kante, and that was well read by Hwang In-jae. Slightly tricky bouncing ball. Judged the path of it really well, the 29-year-old. Linson, what a clever pass that was, and that was less so from Ken Iwao. Suddenly the group is not looking as enjoyable. As things now stand, the Urawa Red Diamonds will be on 5 points, with the Steelers on 10. And that would give Wuhan the prospect of going above the Urawa Red Diamonds if they can beat Hanoi in a game that gets underway just after this one finishes. Hopeful, and nearly rebounding to Linson. It does go to Ogiwara. Well defended. Well, that's a foul and a yellow card. Go Young-jun brought down by Takahiro Akimoto. Really is actually a dreadful challenge, and you wonder if that might get looked at again. Goes right on the back of the leg. I mean, it's very dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. I think it has to be looked at again, and I think it is quite clear-cut. I mean, look at it from that perspective. That is an absolutely atrocious piece of football. It is extremely dangerous. He's nowhere near the ball. It is violent conduct. It's endangering the safety of an opponent. It's many things that means it has to be a red card. What absolute foolishness from Takahiro Akimoto. What a dangerous and bordering on malicious piece of play it was. And it's absolutely the correct decision. It's another excellent example of video review in football. Oh, dear, dear, dear. You can watch that 20 times. It will get nastier every time you look at it. Really well done to Casey Reibelt and the video review team. And for him to shake his head there is rather disingenuous, because a player of his experience will be fully aware of what he's just done. And it doesn't look good for Go Young-jun. And the worst bit of all of this will be if he has actually injured somebody through that challenge. Quite rightly, the referee stepping in and telling Takuya Iwanami to go away. because there's a player who's been hit with a really bad challenge who needs medical treatment, and the Urawa Red Diamonds players need to respect that. Well, they are concerned, and they're calling out their support and encouragement to Go Young-jun, the gentleman who was so important in the last match day when he has had to be replaced. On comes the experienced, very experienced winger Kim In-sung, wearing number 7. But again, I just reiterate that it would be a great shame and gravely disappointing for the spirit of this game if Go Young-jun has been injured and put out of action for any period of time after that totally needless challenge from Takehiro Akimoto. Now an Urawa Red Diamonds player down, and the player that brought him down was Kim In-sung, who's just come on. Looked a little on the clumsy side from the substitute. The Urawa Red Diamonds have put themselves into a very difficult position, and they now really are going to have to try to shore up the game. And that's why Ayumu Ohata is preparing to come on. The head coach has been booked as well. Meanwhile, Brian Linson having a go from distance. Struck it quite well. Off comes Yoshio Koizumi, disappointed to be departing, but understanding the need for a tactical switch. Ayumu Ohata coming on, a defender. Jose Kante overhits the pass to Ogiwara. Ogiwara has moved into the right-back position, and that would, one imagines, see Ayumu Ohata drop into left-back, where he tends to play. But why, oh why, did Takehiro Akimoto do that? His manager will be wondering it. The Red Diamonds fans will be wondering it. And one just hopes that he is wondering it as well, and evaluating that choice he made. It's not the best representation of a good career. Harmlessly long and behind the goal. What an opportunity now for the Pohang Steelers to pick up the victory. The run has been timed correctly. Han Chang-hee looking for a clever through ball. He might get it back. It is going to be... Well, that was the right decision made there by Sim Sang-min to pull out of that challenge, because he risked taking down Jose Kante. Hong, not fully away. Tricky one, awkward one. Well controlled by Kim In-sung, the replacement for the injured Go Young-jun. We make our way towards the last 10 minutes, with the caveat that there will be several minutes of time to be added on after some important video reviews. And with the use of video technology in football being something that is so hotly debated and often criticised, it is important to recognise when it is used extremely well, and we've had in this match 2 examples of excellent use of video assistant refereeing. And they are things that are difficult for a referee to see. That handball was not easy to spot. That shot was comfortable to block though. And the quickness of that challenge, the angle that the referee would have seen for Takehiro Akimoto's lunge into the back of the leg of Go Young-jun, again necessitated some intervention. In both instances, the right outcome was reached. Foul on Takuya Ogiwara, who did well to break through and relieve a little of that pressure on the Urawa Red Diamonds. They have survived quite a bit of pressure, the Red Diamonds. The question is now whether they can unexpectedly snatch the game. It would be a real surprise. Takahashi with the ball. Goes to Ogiwara, who's doing his best to adjust to being out on the right flank now, having played in his favoured left-sided position. Captain Ken Iwao. The 35-year-old needs a delivery of real quality here. Goes underneath. Jose Kante just seemed to go through his legs and he can't keep it in play. It's a dilemma now, isn't it? How much to push for a winning goal? How much contentment to take from a draw that would be probably regarded as quite a positive outcome, down to 10 players, were you not in a position where you could lose second spot in the group by the end of the day if you get that draw? Well, it might be immaterial now. Oh, what a chance it was for the substitute Brian Linson. Ably assisted by the Pohang Steelers. And it's a jolly good job too for the home team that didn't go on target, because it had completely caught Hwang In-jae, who was not expecting a shot to come in, quite understandably. And he wasn't in a particularly great position to do anything about it. Jose Kante will depart. On will come Shinzo Koroki. Koroki, 37-year-old forward. 4 goals in the league this season in 29 appearances. Very experienced player from Miyazaki. He's made pretty close to 400 appearances for the Red Diamonds. Almost 700 in all competitions for all of his clubs. Linson missing it, but he gets a touch on it that time. It's headed away by Hybrotten. The cross is punched clear by Nishikawa. He gets back into position after that floated its way and took time to reach Kim Jong-woo. Being pressurised and pegged back here, the Urawa Red Diamonds. Good aggressive play from the Pohang Steelers. Sim Sang-min. And Chang Hee to shoot, and it was always asking a lot from that sort of position. A draw for the Pohang Steelers is a perfectly adequate result. 3 wins and 1 draw from the first 4. Comfortably top of the group. Just to remind you that if the Urawa Red Diamonds draw this game and Wuhan beat Hanoi, then the defending champions drop to 3rd place in the group with 2 matches to go, and one of those matches is the Red Diamonds against Wuhan. And it's going to be enormously important. It might be even more important now, because there's an opportunity for the Pohang Steelers to go back into the lead. And it's all stalled, as it's now with Park Sung-uk. And that's one back well. Kim Sung-dae, he crosses, and arriving towards the back post was Sim Sang-min. It was well cleared though. A slight lack, I should say, of efficient use of the ball there from the Pohang Steelers from that wide position on the right. Han. Sim Sang-min. And Chang Hee again, who's growing in stature as this game goes on. He's had a high-impact half. Great ball to Sim Sang-min. And his pullback, he delayed slightly with, allowing the Red Diamonds to get it away. It should be Grant to go back to Hwang In-jae. Ogiwara well forward from right back. Linson goes nowhere with it. Close to stoppage time now. Iwanami unhappy at the way that Zeka ran into him. There's perhaps a little tug on the shirt of the Dutch striker Brian Linson. Oh, he's won that back really well. Excellent from Linson, taking it from Han. Lacking options though immediately there was the captain Iwao. Ogiwara. He'll have to turn back exactly to play the pass. Ito. 9 additional minutes. Do we have a little drama to come? Long from Nishikawa, looking for Linson. Good work in the air from Park Chan-yong. Zeka. Good ball, excellent ball, and there's space here for Hong Yun-sang. Iwanami in the right place at the right time. Sim. Grant did just about enough. Pohang Steelers looking to pressurise the Red Diamonds at the end and take a victory which would really trouble the away team and the defending champions. Sim to Hong Yun-sang. Can he find the quality pullback? No, he can't. Or maybe, because the attack is still alive. First time floated across the face of goal. Second time lashed across the face of goal. Same outcome. Is this a missed opportunity? The space was there for somebody like Kim Jong-woo, who got that goal in the FA Cup final for his first for the club. He held his arms out, the number 6, as if to say, well, not as if to say, he was saying, why didn't you pass it to me? A couple of examples where the decision-making of the Pohang Steelers hasn't been quite right in big positions. Zeka jumping. Broughton away, and then he blocks the second one. Koroki, I think, was offside. It's all about the Pohang Steelers at the end of the game. Hong Yun-sang to Kim Jong-woo, to Han. Hong. It's going to come in from Kim. And it's chested. Oh, just kept it in play. Ayumu Ohata. I think he was expecting Nishikawa to come and claim it. Did well to quickly improvise and prevent a corner kick, but a chance for Kim Sung-dae, and it's in there! The Pohang Steelers with a substitute, Kim In-sung, might well have won this right at the end. And the defending champions could be in huge trouble in Group J of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Pohang Steelers 2, Urawa Red Diamonds 1. The pressure paid off. Kim Sung-dae forcing Nishikawa into a decision. And that was an easy finish for Kim In-sung, steering it into the roof of the net. A career 9th AFC Champions League goal, bringing joy to the man who won it as a player in 2009. And you look back, don't you, at that challenge from Takahiro Akimoto. That red card, justifiable red card. And ask yourself, why did he do it? Oh, this is not particularly encouraging, the way that Kim Sung-dae is clutching at the back of his leg. It may be that in the ferocious effort to create that chance, he's hurt himself. There are no more substitutions available for Kim Gi-dong and the Pohang Steelers. So they're going to have to be extremely disciplined, as we now have 10 against 10, as the treatment is ongoing for the captain, Kim Sung-dae. Ogiwara, oh, good play to Lin-san into the side netting. Nice football from Takuya Ogiwara. Excellent piece of vision from the fullback. Lin-san maybe did not make the most of that. Should surely have been in a position to hit the target. Good head on by Zeka. Really nice idea to touch that towards Hong Yun-sang. But what this now does to the Urawa Red Diamonds, we'll have a clearer picture by the end of the day after Wuhan's visit to Hanoi, and you can imagine right now the Wuhan players, they'll be aware of it. They'll know that the Urawa Red Diamonds are about to give them a massive opportunity to climb above them. A win for Wuhan would put them on 7 points. They're taking on a team that has scored 3. Oh, well, hang on a moment, there's a red card. We'll just come back to that, because we've got to deal with this first. Matse Skorta has been sent away from the technical area. A red card. He was given a yellow card earlier on in the game. A loss of temperance from all concerned. There's another yellow card to the coaching staff. And they've absolutely lost their cool on the sidelines. Players who have not conducted themselves well, coaching staff who've not conducted themselves well. It's a bad, bad day for the Urawa Red Diamonds and the defending champions. And yet, they still have time to get an equalising goal. It took a while, didn't it, to get moving this match. It's made up for lost time. Long from Nishikawa, hopeful, as things are starting to look a little more hopeless for the Urawa Red Diamonds in Group J. They've got two huge matches coming up now, the defending champions. Their meeting with Wuhan is likely to be of enormous importance, but we just remind ourselves that you are only guaranteed to go through if you win the group. Oh, that was half a chance for the centre-back, Takuya Iwanami. Not the ideal player for it to fall to. They got themselves back into the game, the visitors. Or rather, the Pohang Steelers got themselves back into the game, and then they were handed it by that red card from Takahiro Akimoto. Just given control so needlessly. We might get another here, because galloping forward is Hong Yan-sang. And if he can be found by Kim Jong-u, well, he's not. Great run forward from the number 37. Not for the first time. He's worked incredibly hard in this match. And it is the second time in 4 days that the Pohang Steelers have taken a losing position and turned it into a winning one. The defending champions. They were in such a good position in this match. They led at half-time, but the Urawa Red Diamonds conceded a penalty kick that was converted by Zeka so calmly, so effectively, and then all calmness and all effectiveness was lost by the Urawa Red Diamonds as Takahiro Akimoto was quite correctly sent off for a dreadful challenge that injured Go Young-jun. And the man who replaced him in what might be a display of poetic justice won the game for the Pohang Steelers, finishing from close range after Shusaku Nishikawa could only push away the cross from Kim Sung-dae. Towards the end of the game, Matsue Skorza was sent off, and now the Urawa Red Diamonds will be without their head coach. Will they go any further? That's the question. The Pohang Steelers might be going to the next round. They could be qualifiers by the end of the day today, depending on what happens in the other match. It finishes the Pohang Steelers 2, the Urawa Red Diamonds 1.